Behind the scenes of the music world, where fame and fortune often overshadow personal truths, many celebrated artists navigated complex identities. These musicians faced immense pressure to conform to societal expectations, leading them to craft elaborate facades. While they dazzled audiences with their talent, their private lives often told a different story. Relationships with men were frequently portrayed in the media, raising questions about their authenticity. Were these connections genuine, or merely a cover for deeper feelings and identities? As we delve into the lives of these artists, we uncover the struggles they faced in a world that demanded conformity. Their journeys reveal a tapestry of love, identity, and the fight for acceptance, highlighting the resilience required to live authentically in an industry that often shunned those who dared to be different. The stories of these closet cases challenge us to reconsider the narratives we accept and the truths that remain hidden. Emerging in the late 1980s, Tracy Chapman became a unique voice in a musical landscape filled with excess and spectacle. With her acoustic guitar and soulful voice, she expressed deep emotions of longing, injustice, and hope. Songs like Fast Car and Talking About a Revolution resonated with many, especially those from the working class and marginalized communities. Her lyrics spoke to the desire for change and a better life, making her music timeless and relatable across generations. Despite her fame, Chapman has chosen to remain intensely private about her personal life, never publicly defining her sexuality. This ambiguity has added to her mystique, allowing her to connect with fans on a deeper level without the need for personal disclosure. She has always aligned herself with important causes, advocating for civil rights, social justice, and environmental protection. Author Alice Walker provided a rare glimpse into Chapman's life, confirming their past relationship and highlighting her quiet yet passionate nature. For the LGBTQ community, Chapman's refusal to conform to labels while living authentically has made her a powerful figure, showing that true visibility comes from actions rather than declarations. Her legacy continues to inspire those who value dignity, compassion, and quiet rebellion. From her early days, Queen Latifah, born Dana Owens, emerged as a powerful figure in hip-hop and culture. She made waves in the late 1980s with her album All Hail the Queen, becoming one of the first female rappers to earn respect in a male-dominated industry. Her music was not just entertaining, it was a voice for women, demanding respect and dignity. Songs like You Got ITY tackled serious issues such as domestic violence and misogyny, making her a beacon of resistance. Despite her bold public persona, Latifah kept her personal life private, leading to much speculation about her sexuality. Instead of engaging with gossip, she let her work speak for itself, navigating a challenging industry with grace. When she finally acknowledged her partner during her 21 award speech, it resonated deeply with many fans. Her words provided validation and healing for countless LGBTQ individuals who admired her. Queen Latifah's impact goes beyond music. She represents strength, empowerment, and the importance of living authentically on one's own terms. K.D. Lang's rich contralto voice and genre-defying sound made her a striking figure in the world of country and pop music. Born in Alberta, Canada, she rose to fame in the 1980s with a unique blend of torch songs and twang, honoring and reinventing traditional country aesthetics. At the height of her commercial success in 1992, she made history by publicly coming out as a lesbian in an interview with The Advocate. This act of bravery was significant in a genre steeped in conservative values. Her announcement came just months before the release of Ingenue, an album filled with themes of longing, vulnerability, and quiet strength. The standout track, Constant Craving, became an international hit and earned her a Grammy, proving that authenticity could thrive in the mainstream. Despite facing pushback, including protests and boycotts, Lang refused to be reduced to a label or controversy. She insisted that her art be the focus, gently nudging the industry toward broader acceptance. Her unapologetic presence and consistent excellence helped lay the groundwork for future queer artists to emerge with less fear and more freedom. K.D. Lang's story is one of grace under pressure, where every note she sang became an act of resistance, and every stage she stood on became a statement that love, honesty, and individuality matter more than tradition. Born Mary Isabel Catherine Bernadette O'Brien, Dusty Springfield is celebrated as one of Britain's most cherished soul singers. Her velvety voice and timeless hits, such as Son of a Preacher Man, have left a lasting impact on music. However, behind her powerful vocals and glamorous beehive hairstyles lay a woman grappling with a profound burden. During the 1960s and 1970s, a time when homosexuality faced severe stigma and criminalization, Dusty felt compelled to hide her true self to safeguard her career and personal safety. She created an image filled with mystery and emotional depth, reflecting her internal struggles with self-acceptance and the scrutiny of the public eye. Interviews were navigated with care, avoiding pronouns and keeping her private relationships secret, even as whispers circulated. Over time, Dusty emerged as an unintentional symbol for the LGBTQ community, resonating with those who recognized their own hidden battles in her music. Despite the isolation she often experienced, her songs conveyed longing, heartbreak, and passion, transcending labels and barriers. Dusty Springfield is remembered not only as a vocal powerhouse, but also as a complex and courageous figure who navigated a world that rarely showed her compassion for her true self. Billie Holiday's legacy is forever intertwined with the sound of longing and pain of defiance woven through a velvet voice. Known for classics like Strange Fruit and God Bless the Child, Holiday's music captured the anguish of racial injustice, poverty, and lost love with haunting beauty. Beneath the layers of tragedy and triumph that defined her public image was a more intimate and often overlooked part of her life. Her relationships with women, including a quiet but emotionally intense affair with actress Tallulah Bankhead. In an era when both racial and sexual boundaries were stringently policed, this relationship was kept hidden from the public eye, reduced to whispers and rumors in the tabloids. Holiday, who endured brutal treatment from law enforcement, addiction, and industry exploitation, never publicly addressed her sexuality, but she didn't need to. Her work and persona constantly pushed at the edges of respectability, defying expectations not only through her art, but also through how she lived. Her performances often contained subtle expressions of queerness, flirtations, gestures, coded language that resonated with LGBTQ audiences desperate for representation. Despite the fear, censorship, and erasure she faced, Holiday lived her truth in the only way she knew how, through song, improvisation, and raw emotional honesty. Her artistry and mystique provided both refuge and recognition for those on society's margins, solidifying her as a queer icon whose resonance remains profound and timeless. Bursting onto the music scene in the late 1980s, Melissa Etheridge quickly captured attention with her gravelly voice and rock and roll attitude. Her fierce independence set her apart from many of her peers. As the 1990s approached, Etheridge not only won Grammy Awards but also became a trailblazer for visibility in the music industry. She confronted issues of gender and sexuality at a time when many advised silence. Knowing she was gay from a young age, she initially kept this part of herself private to avoid backlash. However, the inner conflict of hiding her true self began to weigh heavily on her. In 1993, just before the release of her fourth album, Yes I Am, she made a life-changing decision to come out publicly. This courageous act was historic, as few mainstream artists, especially women in rock, were open about their sexual orientation at that time. Her hits like Come to My Window and I'm the Only One gained new meanings, resonating with fans who felt unseen. Etheridge became a vocal advocate for LGBTQ rights, environmental causes, and women's health, especially after her battle with breast cancer. Her legacy extends beyond her music. It embodies authenticity, resilience, and a commitment to living her truth. Joan Jett exploded into the music scene as a leather-clad rebel whose raw guitar riffs and no-nonsense attitude redefined what it meant to be a woman in rock. With hits like Bad Reputation and I Love Rock and Roll, she smashed through the boys' club of hard rock, becoming a symbol of female empowerment and defiance. While her music shouted rebellion, Joan herself remained intentionally silent about one aspect of her life, her sexuality. In an era where coming out could derail a career, especially in the hypermasculine world of rock, Jett chose a path of quiet authenticity. She never labeled herself publicly, but her steady support for LGBTQ rights was unwavering. She performed at Pride events, spoke up about equality, and allowed her very existence, bold, unfiltered, and outside the mold, to serve as inspiration. In one particularly telling moment, she was denied a screening spot by an LGBTQ film festival because she refused to make a public declaration about her sexuality. Her response was simple but powerful. Her legacy, her actions, and the space she held in rock culture spoke louder than any label. Jett's refusal to conform, both musically and personally, challenged expectations and gave countless fans, especially queer youth, permission to embrace their own identities without apology. She remains not just a rock icon, but a quiet revolutionary, proving that sometimes the loudest statements are made without a single word. Exploring the lives of these artists reveals a rich tapestry of hidden truths and personal struggles. Each story uncovers the weight of societal expectations that force many talented musicians to hide their true selves. The pressure to maintain a public image often led to relationships that were more about appearances than genuine connections. As we reflect on their journeys, we see the courage it took for these individuals to navigate a world that often rejected them. Their experiences remind us that behind the glamour of fame lies a complex reality filled with love, identity, and the quest for acceptance. These artists not only shaped music history, but also paved the way for future generations to embrace their true selves without fear. By shedding light on their stories, we challenge the narratives that have long been accepted, and encourage a deeper understanding of the diverse identities within the music industry. The impact of their lives continues to resonate, inspiring others to live authentically and